Alright, here we go again. Battle for Azeroth Alpha dungeon footage of the Vengeance Demon Hunter. My main spec, I've been putting this one off because tanks are less popular than DPS classes, so I figured I'd get a couple of those out the way first. But I'm going to the Vengeance Demon Hunter this time and doing a dungeon run instead of smacking some target dummies for a change. And of course we get the shittest dungeon that there possibly can be. Okay. It is what it is. So let's get going. So Vengeance has got a couple of changes. Most notably is the change to Spirit Bomb. Although this is a talent, it is a talent that everybody is using, and rightly so. It now costs pain, and actually, Don't activate the mech. Okay, I feared him, but it's broken. Oh dear me. Yes, I'll be talking less in this, although some of you might think that's a good thing, because I'm actually having to concentrate a little bit. I've only done this dungeon once so far. But Vengeance, yes, so Spirit Bomb consumes up to 3 fragments now, and costs 30 pain. So you can't get massive Spirit Bombs off, because you can't get 5 charges of it. Although you can do a couple back to back to spend them if you need to. Oh, you've got to kill the pilot as well. And Soul Cleave, this is a little change in the fragment consuming department as well, that now consumes up to 2. And while we're talking about fragments, on live they heal you based on attack power and versatility. Not the case anymore. Now they heal you for damage taken in the last 5 seconds, just like Death Strike and Frenzied Regeneration. So it's 8% per fragment consumed. And if you've got 5 frags out, you can Spirit Bomb, or Spirit Bomb Soul Cleave. If you've been taking a shitload of damage in the last 5 seconds, you'll be fine. It'll heal you for an absolute ton. For actually healing, consuming all soul fragments, there is only one way to do that, and that is the talent Soul Barrier, sorry. And Soul Barrier has gone through some changes now as well. It is actually really strong. It's a really, really strong 30-second shield, and definitely worth picking up. Oh, that cleaved onto them. Bastards. And them as well, Chain Lightning. Oh my god. Let's see if I can put a silence down. I don't think they're going to cast anything, but might as well do so. Pretty sure that Shami's using what's it called? Stormkeeper, the old artifact talent trait, which is now a talent. For those of you who didn't know that it was still around, it is, as in the form of a talent. Speaking of things that are also here in the form of a talent, Vengeance is getting in on that action. It has the old Consume Soul Fragment has a chance to proc better for 5 seconds. That is now a talent, but it competes with Spirit Bomb and Fell Devastation, so it's actually terrible. Used Imprison on the mech there, the little pilot dude, to try and stop him getting the mech out. Very nice, got him killed. Gonna corner pull these guys a little bit, because there's a mech up there. I might as well open up this actual talent tree itself, so that I can actually be reminded of what's new and what isn't. So Void Reaver's new. The old Demonic Infusion's gone, and we've got this instead. Soul Cleave, you're going to be using it in your rotation more anyway, but having a way to actually reduce the damage that the enemy deals by using Soul Cleave for 4 seconds, it's a little bit like the old artifact trait Painbringer, except not as good. It's like half as effective. And that's a real shame, because I love Painbringer. I really did. But 8%, it's better than nothing, I guess. Charred Flesh is the old Fiery Demise artifact trait. So we've got that back, but it's only 20% damage as opposed to 40 with 4 traits, and potentially more, depending on Nether Crucible and relics and all that kind of crap. Will we pull those guys on the other side? No, actually won't. So you see that binding arrow down there? That's not a good thing. Binding arrow is now a root. They was expecting to stun it, but they've obviously not read the tooltip. Yeah, it's not gonna... Ah, the mech. It's the mech. We tried and failed, but there's just not enough stuns in the group, I guess. Oh god, no, why? Oh no. Oh no. Thank god I had Imprison ready. Otherwise we'd have had 2 mechs. Right, I'm going to actually show slow Barry here. I'm just going to get me a moment to generate some more frags. Okay, 5 fragments, and using it... well, it got depleted pretty quickly, but it actually adds up to roughly a 50% shield. It's massive. It's really, really good. Is there anything else I've missed? 5% nerf to the damage buff on razor spikes. Nothing too serious there. I've already covered Spirit Bomb. Fell Devastation is more or less the same as his last resort and all the sigil stuff. Yeah, it's talent wise, it's kind of as you know it. Have to deal with this motherfucker now. So as for your base stuff, let's start with your active mitigation. So you've still got Demon Spikes, however it is now on a 20-second cooldown as opposed to 15. Haste still scales it. Up here I guess. Haste still scales it, which is obviously a good thing. And it's it no longer increases damage taken. It increases damage taken, that'd be a terrible thing for a tank. I meant reduces damage taken, of course. No, it doesn't do that anymore. Now it increases your armour based on agility. So I think it's 80% of your agility increases your armour. So if I open up this, you can see my armour here. Physical damage reduction 24.16. If I put Demon Spikes, it goes up to a whopping 9.58. You can't have it up as much, but that's not a bad thing. They're looking to reduce the uptime on active mitigation for tanks. And all tanks have been affected in this same manner, such as Shield of the Righteous. That used to do all damage reduction, but now that increases armour as well, just like the Demon Hunter and everybody else. Not really sure what the state of Pot Warrior is at the moment, because they just got Ignore Pain removed because it was absolute crap in its current iteration. Okay, boss time. I did forget to mention Fracture as well. That did get changed. It replaces Shear now, instead of just being a spender.
Voltage increase.
Static Pulse. Not really sure what that did. Anyway. Okay, this guy kicks bombs around. I remember this from the last time I was here. So, if I jump over here and kick this bomb. Nope, the Hunter got it covered. He actually starts taking damage, more damage. Like, he's got 2 stacks of it now, so he's taking damage 100%. And you've got to try and keep that stacking debuff on this dude so that he dies faster. So hopefully he's going to kick out some more bombs before it fades. It doesn't look like it will. So yeah, Fracture. It's a 4.5 second cooldown. Still generates 2 fragments and does really nice damage. Shocking Claw. He's not even looking at it. What's he doing? Oh, okay. Throwing Thunder. Hello. Lee Shen's apparently in this mecha over here. The old, what was it called? Lightning Lash?
Voltage increased.
And yeah, also Fracture, it scales off haste. So I don't have amazing haste at the moment. I've only got 11% in this gear. But the 4.5 second cooldown goes down to 4.04. When I first found out about this change, I was like, oh, this sounds terrible. It's awful. It's not that bad.
Increased.
When you're weaving in all your other attacks, like your Infernal Strikes, Sigils, your actual spenders in Spirit Bomb and Soul Cleave, you don't actually have that much downtime. It's actually pretty good. And we've had a person leave. Okay. Did we get an upgrade? Crit haste. Haste mastery. I'll stick with what I have. Okay, a bomb. Let's move away from the bomb. and interrupt the rock lands. Why didn't interrupt not there? I'm going to blame lag. I am in England after all, and the servers are in the US. Pretty sure they're in California, Anaheim to be exact. So we use Sigil of Silence instead. We'll use Sigil of Misery just to slow things down a little more. We've got this air shield and watch they don't want air shield to go if it's anything like what Shamans are used to using. Spirit Bomb as well has actually been nerfed. I forgot to mention that one. Previously on live it does 20% leech, now it's only 10. But like I said, they're trying to nerf tanks a little bit. So having any at all is always a good thing. Self-healing, that is. And also you've been nerfed by 10% passive damage mitigation. So like, not a lot of people know this about Vengeance, but their passive, which increases their armor and their health, also reduces all damage tick, including magic. On live it's 20%, but for Battle for Azeroth it's been nerfed to 10. So although my armor value seemed kind of low, it's, what was it, 24%, you got to bear in mind that there's an extra 10% that needs to be factored in there from that particular passive. I think I covered this in the Havoc video, but if I didn't, I'll say the same for Vengeance. Your interrupt has been nerfed as well. It is now a 15-yard range instead of 20, but you know you're in melee a lot of the time anyway, so it's not that bad. Something that I'm almost positive I didn't mention for the Havoc video actually is they get taunt. They get torment. The Demon Hunter taunt now. Oh god, we've got shit over there and they're powering through. Let's interrupt that. Let's use Soul Barrier as well. That'll help the healer. And let's put Sigil of Misery down to fear them. It'll interrupt all the crap and Sigil of Silence as well. I'll use Firebrand just for damage on this extractor that's high. Interrupt the air shield. Get away from what bombs that are about to explode. I'll blow up Rachel this if I have it. No, it's still on cooldown for 2 seconds. Why am I stuck? Okay, they've got stuck. I'm not really sure what that was because I was looking at my blow up Rachel cooldown. 2.5 minutes on the blow up Rachel cooldown. Feels bad, man. I guess the Mythic Plus ornaments were really showing the favouritism with the elves. Shields a bit, let's not have that. I've got Tectonic Barrier now as well. Is that going to give it a shield? Yes, it did. Can we get rid of that? I'm not really sure. I'm just going to stand in this and see if it actually does damage. Apparently not. I don't think we've got a Dispel in this group. An offensive Dispel. Purge kind of thing. So we definitely want to prioritise it interrupting the Tectonic Barrier over the other stuff. Let's just get a Sigil of Silence down there. I'll deal with most of it. So Soul Cleave, notice how I just spent 3 Soul Cleaves. The reason behind that is I didn't actually have any fragments, and Soul Cleave is where to use it. Tectonic Barrier, there it is, let's not let it through. So if you have 1 or less Soul Fragments, don't be scared to Soul Cleave. It's not like on live where you never want to use it. You know, use the Soul Cleaves if you've got no frags. It's totally worth it. As you might have noticed, I am completely inundated with pain. I've got no problems with resource generation whatsoever. That one. So, yeah, don't be afraid to put a few Soul Cleaves into the mix, spice things up a little. And don't forget as well, Soul Cleave actually does pretty decent healing. I mean, how much is it exactly? Heal yourself for 1,000, and in this gear, at this item level scale, and I've got just another 30 to get help. So it's not terrible. Shield, not letting that through. I don't even know if it is the same as the Shaman one, but I'm just guessing. It seems far too much of a coincidence. No, if Sigils were instant, I would have got that. Too bad. So actually I'm going to spend a couple of Soul Cleaves. I dipped a little bit there. I'm already falling into the trap that I have on live, which is not using my active mitigation ever, because most of the time I just don't even need it. Like even in mythic raids and stuff, I barely use it. It's actually... I got too close.
In my domain!
Oh, I didn't actually click on the thing. Shit. So these...
Shatter!
What happens here is these ads fixate on people, but you can CC them, and there are these little things here, these totems. Click one up. Use it. And you can actually CC the ads, so that they're not even an issue, but let's just kill them anyway, just to make things easy for the group. They've got pretty big, so let's really focus them. And let's put Sigil of Misery down as well. Yep, that works. Nice. God damn it, this is actually pretty crazy. Let's get that low health one, and then the next low health one. Really want to nuke these little bastards down. Less things that are fixating on the group, the easier it is with the healer, and then everyone can focus on actually dealing with the boss itself. Arise! Rise, mountains! These are actually quite an interesting design. Like, you can see that they're infused with Azurite. Like, one of the arms has got like a broken blade of Azurite snapped off. It's actually a bit like Targa Blade Fist's weapon. Now that I'm thinking about it. But I doubt you'll be able to get it as an actual weapon skin, but it still looks pretty cool nonetheless. Get some soul barrier, use up some for the healer. And this guy will go down eventually. It doesn't look like he's got any debuffs or anything. I didn't notice if he had any while the ads were alive or not. What's this? I saw multiple stacks of Soothing Mist there. There was like 3 of them, which is a bit odd. Unless you get more than just the monk and the serpent thingy. No. Serpent statue. And so he's calling another Earthbringer. And it's casting Azurite Infusion, and that's going to be what makes the thing turn big and nasty. So let's... if I had Sigil of Chains, that'd actually be great, because then we'd be able to slow these things. So this actually reminds me a little bit of the last boss in Neltharian's Lair, where the ad is actually important. I think so? Okay. Now that we've had that little pointless minecart journey, things are about to get really, really bad. So I'll tell them. Alchemists cast a 10-second CC. Kill them first and insert. Stop the Sigil of Silence, stop all them blow torches. Leech Globule, this is annoying as hell because it has no counterplay whatsoever. As it moves across, can you kill that before it casts that? Good. As that purple blob moves across, he leeches. And there is actually no way to outrange it. Look at the range on that thing, it's like 10 yards and it travels so fast, and like move things out of its range, barely even does anything. It's actually quite irritating, as is most of the trash in this section. Excuse me. See, it's so fast. It got 2 seconds of leech on me without any issue there. I mean, one way to counter it is actually everyone to spread out, and since, you know, we've got 3 ranged people, including the healer, they should be doing that, but I guess the healer's actually fist weaving. Okay, weapons tester. Okay, so the alchemist, we've got to kill that motherfucker first. Ah, and there's that as well. We've got this. Excuse me. So in Vault of the Wardens, the Nagas there, I've got a similar thing. Oh god, the rats. Oh god. Oh god, that's not good. My action bars. No. Why did it change? Oh, God, the Transfiguration Serum went off. I think that turns something into a nasty version of an ad. And so yeah, it's like this frontal cone effect, like them things in Vault of the Wands that do a silence, but it lasts a lot longer. I'm not sure what the ability was that caused it. I'm trying to still learn as I go here. This energy lash is just like a channeled hefty dot, I guess. It's a bit like the things in Court of Stars, that disintegration beam from the eyeball guy. A little bit like that. I'm making constant references just so that people can sort of maybe go like, oh yeah, I remember that guy, so it's going to be like that. Helps me, helps you. There's that big silence effect again. Luckily I can still use my jump attack while silenced. And there's the big knockbacks as well. I'm going to guess that's from the weapon testers. In fact, I'm 90% sure it is. Echo Blade. Okay, so Echo Blade on the weapon tester, that is the silence. So we'll have to try and point that away from the group. Let's get up on top of this hill, if we can. I just can't do it. Okay, can we maybe move these guys together somehow? I think they're just going to stay still the whole time. Luckily I can kind of freeze them. We've got so much health though because of this whole leeching thing. So is there anything else I can say about Vengeance? Other than the fact that I like it, even though we've lost a couple of things, it's still a very strong spec. I know that's Loot Bag, rates Vengeance and Paladin as the two strongest in the current iteration of the alpha, so there's some food for thought. But yeah, it's kept all of its utility things that are actually useless in raids, funnily enough, which is the reason that they were never prioritised for raids. All the sigils, still really good in dungeons, obviously. So, yeah, I like it still. I still like it. Whether I'll main it or not, I am undecided, but I'm definitely leaning towards Demon Hunter as a whole, since I like both Havoc and Vengeance. Okay, let's put the good old Sigil of Silence down, because that'll fuck all that off for them. Very good. I'm going to try and stand over here, so that the Echo Blade silences just me. Assuming that didn't stand behind. The outcome of the leech corpules. I'll interrupt that if it nearly gets through, which it nearly did. Let's kill the Mastermind next. Might as well. Oh, we've got a Vortex Experiment there as well, actually. Yeah, the low health Mastermind, since they're going to be doing that whole leech aura thing anyways. So, yeah, there's no point attacking the high health one. I'll get one of them out of the way straight away. I'm not sure if that's a hunter trap, but if it is, it's a freeze trap, which makes very little sense. But it might not be. Either way, we've got to kill this guy, and then the boss shall be next. That little thing over there. And I actually ran this dungeon on my Demonology Warlock already. I tried to record it, but we had so many group issues, like tanks constantly leaving and all sorts of crap, that I unfortunately had to scrap it. But that gives me some preparation for knowing what it does, and it is very bad for casters. Very bad. It does this knockback ability, and it takes so much of your health off.
If you want a job done right, you
I'm going to point it this way. I don't remember the name of the ability. I was just like, whoa, what the fuck, where's my health gone? Okay, I'm dead. Oh yeah, and it sprays crap all over the floor whenever it does that, so you've got to try and group up a little bit and then move. Try and stay in it as long as I can and then move her out of it, just to try and minimise the distance or the coverage of it. Actually soul barrier out of that, just so that the monk can heal the other monk. Chemical burn. Okay, it's just a dot. Move it close to all these other patches.
Say safe.
Propellant blast. This is going to be it. Watch out. It goes all the fuck over there. Didn't quite...
I love the smell of
Okay, it's going in that
propellant in the
direction now.
morning.
Yeah, as a warlock, this caught me off guard a bit.
I love the smell of
Interestingly,
propellant in the
the
morning.
directions that it did the propellant blast in seemed to clear up the patches on the floor. Interesting. So maybe if that is true, then obviously you want to try and have everyone spread like around the edges where the spray is, and then you can try and clear the area. That's just a hypothetical situation, that theory from me there, but it seemed like that's what it did. So, kind of interesting.
I should have gotten a hazard pay.
Moving on. Okay, we've got a technician and a mech. I'm going to assume that technicians can heal mechs. Overcharge. Disrupt that. Yeah, repair. What a surprise. So, and charge shot. He seems to be channeling that towards me. So I guess I'll move it away. A lot of health on this guy. Charge shot again. Does it give me a debuff of some sort? Targeted for charge shot. Okay. And that crawler mine's just come to life. I guess someone's too close to it. And they're going to roll all over the place and aggro all of them, I guess. Yep. So you can just see some things coming before they even happen. Artillery barrage, don't like the sound of that. Ugh, not going to be able to get the other one, am I? Okay, I'm going to give myself that soul barrier because the rogue needed some healing, so it'll give them some breathing space to be able to actually heal them up. Barrage again, interrupt that. A lot of the time I feel like I should be letting these spells through, even though they should be interrupted, just to figure out exactly what it is that they do. Okay, so we've got these guys with jetpacks. Got that guy. So let's let this through and see what happens, yeah? Okay, so it's massive swirl is on the floor that you need to move out of. Azerite Heartseeker. I'm not really sure what that was. This guy's got it. Healing. Oh, so it's a mortal strike effect then. The Azerite Heartseeker on a particular target. So on higher keys and things like that, maybe if you get shot by that thing, you want to maybe use self-defensive, just so that if you do need healing, you're not going to be like, oh shit, I'm not actually getting any healing because of these people. Let's go this way and pull these two. Let's interrupt that. I'm not sure what the overcharge did. Let's check everyone's debuffs. No, that's just cheap there. The crawler mines really don't seem to do much. Whether that's because I'm a tank, I don't know. But it didn't really seem to do much to other people either. I might as well pull these guys, just get them out of the way. And the crawler mine. Yeah, like nobody's health went down at all. So... yeah, I really don't know. Concussion charge, that was the swelly on the floor that got created there. Good to know. Because I intend to do like a fully in-depth dungeon guide once I've learned all these things. Okay, I got shot with the healing effect then, I think. Yeah, pretty bad. Yeah, I intend to do like an in-depth dungeon guide somewhere later down the line once I've learnt all the dungeons. Similar to how I did it in Legion. I only managed to get Morph Swords and Halls of Valor done back then, but I'm going to be try and be a bit more dedicated to the cause this time. This is going to wake up. Might as well just wake it up and kill it. Clear the space throughout the middle. Okay, we've got a big pack here. So we'll build up some frags, get a nice big soul barrier, interrupt that overcharge. I'll put Sigil of Silence down just in case something else starts coming out, and I'll feel they're a bit spread, but I'll try and get Sigil of Vigil on all of them. Yeah, we should probably be killing the robot last. The technician's repairing is obviously a bit of an issue, and then these guys putting swirlies around is a pain in the ass for everybody. Charge shot. I'm gonna guess that's like a line attack, and that everyone between me and the mech gets hit by it. They die so fast, it's really hard. And now for the last boss. This guy, he goes into a really weird sort of immune phase where you've got to make sure that you get targeted by a thing, and then make his attack that is targeting you. Okay, homing missile. So this targets a random ranged person. I believe it's always ranged. Move slowly towards them. So when that happens, you need to get the fuck away. And okay, Gatling gun. This is a rotate around attack. So you want to try, if you can, to constantly move around. That way you'll never get hit. Easier said than done for. Yeah, that's hitting everybody. The range should really be at max range because of both homing missiles. Gatling gun again. I'm going to take a tick and then see which way it goes. And start rotating around. I think it might be 50% where it goes into his next phase. So the roundabout now. Good guess, good guess. Okay, now we've got ads. God damn, buster shots are annoying. Okay, so you see how he's doing drill smash? He's actually doing it on me. I was too busy looking at ads. So drill smash is targeted on me. So what I want to do is stand near one of these pillars and cause him to break it. Run out of the thing before it actually hits me. And when you break all of these pillars, that's when he'll become attackable again. So watch out to move out. Head towards the next pillars. So the monk doesn't know what they're doing. Unfortunately, I think the rogue does though. He seems to do the same thing as me. Nope, he's just going to get smashed over there.
Crush! Yeah! Crush!
There you go. Good rogue. And he's attackable again. So I'm going to move him back to the middle of the room because of the Gatling gun. And the homing missiles. Instant fucking destruction. So let's pop meta and the fiery brand.
Taste some high caliber carnage!
So yeah, you've got to watch out with those homing missiles. I guess the deadly boss mod sort of big wigs will help a lot with seeing when the timing for that's going to be coming. So yeah, I started preemptively running away from it then. He's got 100 energy. Doing a Gatling gun again.
300 rounds per minute!
That's just saying what his attacks are. He's probably going to do a homing missile like, right after this Gatling gun, so I'll start moving already. Okay, maybe not. Homing missile. I'm just going to jump. Ah, oh, brilliant, he's chasing me. So that means that the rogue takes 0 damage from that.
Get a load of 300 rounds per minute!
Okay, I'm going to start switching into soul because it's not actually damaging me enough for the soul fragment healing to be super effective. Let's fiery brand him again. Get my spikes up.
300 rounds per minute!
Spam out. Let's use blood off ratio just to get extra resources so I can really pump out them soul cleaves. I'm wary of the rocket. Yep, there it is. Gatling gun. Doing the spike it. Oh, that was nasty. But I think he's going to die. And then the pilot doesn't do anything, he just like falls over. So, yeah. There we go. The Motherlode. That was the Motherlode dungeon. Set in Kazan, or close to it. Over there you can see the volcano. So if you've ever made a goblin, I'm guessing that's the remains of the volcano that Deathring caused to erupt. And to get out of this dungeon, I don't know if this is going to be like in Mythic Plus, you take this little car here, and the loot will be at the end. But if it just spawns up there, then that's probably more efficient. But this just takes you back to the entrance on this little shitty car ride, taking in all the beautiful scenery of oil spills and all sorts of ugly crap that goblins generally do. It's always the oil with the goblins. And there we are. Yes, that was Vengeance Demon Hunter and also the Motherlode dungeon. I'm going to try and start putting out more videos of dungeons with various different classes. So yeah, I'll get right on that because I've got nothing else better to do for the rest of the day. So thanks for watching and goodbye.